Good morning, James and Jeff. Hello, everybody. Bakit wala akong video? Bakit wala akong video? What's happening? Is it just me? What's happening to my video? Bakit ganyan? Hello, everybody. Sorry, technical difficulties. Hello, people on my YouTube. So, guys, if you have questions, hello, Patty. I see you. You have a newbie sticker. Hello, everybody. Good morning. Jay Ramirez, Kape, Ria, Justin, Jules, Andrea. Thanks for the halo Pat. Hi, Justin. Hello, Carlen. Sorry, I don't know why I don't have a video. What's going on? I'm streaming simultaneously on my... What's happening? On my YouTube. Pero, good morning, Carlen. Sige, if you have a question, get it ready. But I don't know if I need to restart this. Good morning, Pats. Because I don't have a video. What's going on? I didn't naman encounter this before. Pats, right? I'm not on the video, right? Thank you, Carlen, for following me. Guys, I might have to restart it because alam ka namang wala akong video, di ba? Bakit ganito? For those on YouTube, I have video on YouTube, right? Can you comment and just say if okay yung sound and video on YouTube? Andoon po ako sa YouTube. Thank you for joining me on both. Hello, Maribel. Yeah, you need to restart, ma'am. Okay. All my 11 people who came here, please sana makapasok kayo ulit. I'm going to restart this. I don't know what's wrong. Bye! Okay po ang video and sound. Thank you, Noreen. Hello, Kian and Robbie. Okay po sa YouTube. Thank you, guys. Okay, so we only have 2 hours. So that sounds like a long time, but in my previous experience of live streaming, parang tagal nyo mag-warm up. And then inaabutan tayo ng katapusan. So if you guys have questions, unahan nyo na po. Just ask it, and so masimulan ko nang i-answer. So thank you everybody for joining me again. Hello, Karen and Beach Bum and Summer. Ang gaganda naman ng names, very summery. Hello, Jel. Hi, Rai. Hi, Miko. Thanks, Pat. There, I fixed I don't know what happened to the camera, pero yan na nga. Thank you for joining again, Carlen. Yay, thank you. Yes, people are asking me now, your live stream ended. Okay, so let me just respond to those. I had to restart. Go again. Okay, guys, if you have questions, ask na. For those who are on Kumu, the window is open if you want to join. Thanks, EJ, for joining me. So, medyo na-challenge lang ako ng konti today, ha? Kasi naka-multiple devices. Pero in-effortan ko yung setup na nakakatawa yung setup ko, okay? Tinanay ko talagang isama yung ukulele ko para lang mamaya baka may plug ko, char. Hello, are you a doctor? No, Carlin, I am a certified speech language pathologist and we are an allied medical profession. So, yung concerns po that you can ask me today if you have a child in your household is kapag nahihirapan po silang magsalita, if they have any difficulties learning how to communicate, parang feeling mo kulang ba siya sa eye contact or nahihirapan siya mag-learn ng words or 3 years old na siya, wala pa siyang ni isang nasasabi kahit mama or daddy or papa, yan po yung i-address ko today. I'm gonna go make coffee. Yes, mag-cheers tayo ng coffee when you're ready. Good morning, EJ Onsita. Carlen, yeah, may kapatid po akong ganyan. Okay, before I continue po, I just want to remind everyone that this is a public stream. YouTube and Kumu, this is a public stream. And know that all your messages are seen by everyone else on the stream. So I'm just saying this as a disclaimer for confidentiality. So you are volunteering this information. So if we do have one-on-one private sessions, yun po, hindi ko po i-divulge at i-disclose yung any information that you share with me. But any information that's on this stream, you are responsible for your own privacy. So yun po, I just want to get that out of the way. Hello, hey, Hadizar. Hello, Menton Prex, and thank you guys for following me. So yes, Carlin, tell me more about your kapatid. Ano pong problem natin? So usually the things that I ask when I'm going to try to screen somebody is syempre age nila. Ano na yung communication skills nila, meaning, okay, ganitong edad na siya at ito yung nagagawa niya for now. Okay, so I'm gonna get to YouTube. I'm gonna show this comment. Good morning, Joanna. Miss Kathy, my son is 2 years, 7 months, has signs of apraxia, could not follow mouth gestures, but if he does, walang sound lumalabas, can do eye contact, only says, Mama, Papa, Yaya, Wawa, with no severe tantrums. Okay, so first, I would like to educate other people who are not aware of what apraxia is, kung ano ang apraxia. Ang apraxia po ay isang motor or sequencing disorder where yung brain ng isang individual hindi niya ma-coordinate yung gagawin ng kanyang speech muscles para makaproduce ng correct sounds and correct speech. So yes, what you described about can follow mouth gestures but walang sound lumalabas is very common with apraxics because po they are attempting to do it, but something is going wrong with the signals that their brain are sending. So it often manifests in groping behavior. So parang nakikita natin na they try. So for example, they want to say aso. So nakikita natin gaganto sila. Sometimes walang sound lumalabas, sometimes masasabi tapos hindi na nila masay yung ibang sounds. Other characteristics of apraxia are parang machichempohan lang nila yung tamang production minsan and then inconsistent. Like, so baka narinig nyo na silang magsabi ng mama, but later on, iba rin yung mapoproduce niya even if you think that the child is trying to say mama. So, well, walang question yung sinabi mo, but I'm assuming that, hello, welcome to the stream, Iya, Steffi, and my topak. I'm just going to assume that you want tips on what to do with children with apraxia, and I think it's using a lot of things that can cue them to help them practice where things go. So, for example, it's the ah sound that we want to practice. Always exaggerate the opening of the sound, and then you can try to get your son's hand and make it touch your neck when you are saying ah, para ma-feel niya yung vibrations of your neck. Thank you for my gift, Ben Yang, so that they can feel the vibrations on your neck when you produce the ah sound. And then you put his same hand on his neck and show, parang to signal na, okay, dapat mapapa-vibrate mo rin whatever it is inside your throat. So those kinds of cueings are very useful for children with apraxia, but there are other theories, schools of thought, like there's a technique called prompt. It's an acronym, PROMPT. I forget what it stands for, pero that does a lot of physical cueing of the oral structures, para bang, because when you touch something, it will send a signal na, ito pala yung dapat gumalaw. So a lot of practicing, helping your son make more connections with what he wants to do with his body at yung gusto niyang sabihin, medyo mabibigyan natin ng more chances for him to practice that. I hope that answered your question, Kathy. Hi, Ira! Good morning! Thanks sa palitsyon. Wow naman, tarap. Hello, Lopez Torres. Thank you again for my gift. Enjoy your life. I will, Benz Yang. AFGC, hello, good morning. So I'll get back naman to my YouTube. It says here, hi teacher, my nephew is 6 years old po. Hindi pa siya nakakabuo ng sentence. He diagnosed OT na po siya, na-stop lang ngayon. Ano po pwede kong gawin? Okay, 6 years old with GDD. Can you describe to me po? Okay, while you're thinking of how to describe yung skills, to me, I will define GDD for the other people who just joined the stream. But please tell me kung he is verbal, because you just said hindi nakakabuo ng sentence, so I'm assuming meron siyang konting words. So can you give me examples of what things na nasasabi na niya? So for those who don't know what global developmental delay is, it just means, because global, when we say global in the medical terminologies, it means in the entirety of a person. So when you say that he is delayed globally, developmentally delayed, it also involves his movement. So pwedeng the gross and fine motor skills, pwedeng even walking, so yung gait, hindi pa makalakad, things like that. So kasama na doon yung speech and language ng bata. Katie, I'm going to wait for your answers, but I'm just going to give you vague, kind of broad answers while I don't have details from you. Ang pwedeng gawin sa bahay, yes, nag-stop ngayon, I'm assuming because of the pandemic. Hindi nakakabuo ng sentence, so we want to help the child to string two words na together. I recently made an episode called Extension and Expansion on my YouTube channel. I hope that you can check it out because I went into detail there. But just to help you, it's kind of like so instead of talking like we usually talk now, because 6 years old na siya and talagang nakikita natin that there is going to be a difficulty with learning language, ifo-focus na natin how we talk to him. So if you want him na makabuo ng sentence, let's say combine 2 to 3 words already, then yung pagkakausap nyo sa kanya dapat in that same frame, 2 to 3 words lang din muna. So typically developing children, you don't have to mind how many words you're saying because they will just absorb it. Pero syempre yung mga children that are already delayed, we want to help them by filtering how we say things in the way na gusto nilang matutunan. So, if we want him to combine 3 words, kung kausapin natin siya, we also want to focus on using 3 words only. So, for example, gusto mo bang sabihin niya, Mama, hingi tubig? So, the way you talk to this person, ganun mo din dapat i-present. Gusto mo tubig? Gusto ko tubig. And then, bibigyan mo siya ng tubig. So, it's really all about modeling what you want them to learn. Hello, everybody. Hello, Jay Martinez and Tanya Inday and Rain. Zoe Creel, AFGC, thanks for sharing here. Hello, Ali Mercado and City and Jamaica Desiree. So if you guys have any questions, just type it. I'm going to be shifting between this device and my YouTube because I want to be able to answer as many questions as possible. So just if you have questions now, just send it in the chat. Yeah, and I'll back read. So, the follow-up of Miss Katie is, yes po, may mga word na siya sinasabi pero hindi nga lang po nabubuo yung sentence. Nagsi-seizure po siya yung baby kaya po may delay siya. Kamusta na po yung seizure? And was it characterized as a seizure disorder or was it from fevers or something like that? Because just to explain the possible impacts of seizures on children, well, any individual. So a seizure is electrical firings in our brain. So, nadi-disrupt niya yung sending of the right signals or the regular sending of signals from the brain to the rest of the body. So there are possibilities, and I have seen clients na kapag may seizure disorder, meaning paulit-ulit nagre-recur yung seizure niya, parang may napapansin kaming regression. Kunyari, natutunan na niyang magsabing ma, pero nagka-seizure siya and then parang sometimes we term it as nagbo-back to zero. And yeah, that's something common that we see with children with seizure disorders. Oh, if it's epilepsy, then it's recurrent because it is caused by the epilepsy talaga. So, ngayon po ba, like for example, when was the last time na nagka-seizure yung bata? So, we just want to take note sana. I think children with seizure disorders or epilepsy, mas kailangan mag-take note tayo kung ano na yung nagagawa nila at a certain time. Talagang magsusulat tayo, okay, nagawa na niya to, ganito, para we are also more aware if after the seizure, may nawala ba siyang skills? May mga hindi ba siya na-retain from pre-seizure episode? So, what I already answered what you could do. Try the extension and expansion episode, which I briefly described as modeling by adding the words that you want them to learn. So I hope I answered your question, Katie. So I'll get back to my Kumu. Carlen says, complicated po yung sa kapatid ko. May I share mine instead po? Share mine. Do you mean gusto nyo pong go on the window? Because you can, but just to remind you that what do you call this? This is a public stream, so I'm just reminding you again that if it's something sensitive, like a sensitive topic, maybe pag-usapan na lang po natin on my Facebook account, which is Teacher K Talks, and there I respond to a lot of people who ask me stuff in private. No po, I just want to chat na lang po. Yeah, sure. I'll wait for your messages, Carlen. Balikan natin yan when you're ready. Thankfully po, 2 years ago na po. Wow! Great job! So just the child that we were talking about with seizure doon sa YouTube, 2 years na siyang walang seizure. So that's very good. And with that kind of situation, sana yun, patuloy-tuloy yung magiging learning niya. Okay, thanks. You're welcome, Kate, Chimney. I hope you can, guys, for those who are here and you have not, but I encourage you, sana you can consider subscribing to my YouTube channel, which is where I put, I've put like 30 plus episodes so far from last year about what you can do at home so that you can increase the language stimulation for your kids, whether or not they have a delay, as in all the methods also work for typically developing children. Okay, so thank you for my hello, Crystal. Welcome, Alex and Ray Niel. Patty, all my 2-year-old says now is wa and ma. That's it. But I know he understands naman what we tell him. How can I encourage more syllables? Patty, there is a video that I posted, episode 4, which is not just encouraging more syllables, but encouraging more words as well, because it entails like commenting continuously on what your child is doing. So it gives them more confidence to see how words are used, and so maybe they'll try it more. But okay, just to answer specifically, how do you encourage more syllables? So, for example, yung wa and ma. Wait lang, I think nag-disconnect. Words, and then while we use them in the same, for example, wala, for example. So habang alam mong nasasabi na niya yung wa, so the next time that you say, wala na, you can highlight the other syllables that are in that word or in the phrase that you said, and see if i-imitate niya back sa'yo yung other syllables na yon. Zoe Krill, may effect po ba pag kami lang ng father ang nakikita ng 9 months old sa magiging speech ng baby? Hi, Zoe. You mean wala siyang kasing kalaro na ka-age niya? That's okay. So long as you and daddy are constantly communicating and talking and playing with this child can develop as typically as other children na walang kapatid or kalaro. That's fine. But it's really important that you spend a lot of time playing with them, giving them opportunities to explore things with their hands, and talagang iwasan po at 9 months old pa lang po yung baby. Sana po ang children from birth to 2 years old ay wala pa pong screen time, as in 0. I have an episode on my YouTube channel. Actually, it's a 2-part episode about screen time. And it shows na hindi lang siya pag-iinarte ng parents or ng doctors when they say, oh, screen time, nakakatakot siya, hindi natin alam kung anong nagagawa niya sa babies. I explain in that video what screen time does to children, especially children between 0 to 2 years old. Like something hormonal actually goes on in their brains, and that's why nahihirapan sila to pay attention for longer periods of time. And attention is an executive function. It is so necessary for learning. If walang attention, mahihirapan pong mag-learn ang isang bata. So yun po ang aking tip sa inyo. Hello, Super Loloy! And thank you for following me. Hello, Chubs! Carlen Manhare. Carlen, nagkaroon daw po ako ng seizure ng 2 years old ako, sabi ng mom ko, due to high fever. So magkaiba po yung, Carlen, yung seizure disorder that I talked about from my YouTube inquiry or my YouTube client, dun sa febrile seizure. So sometimes kapag sobrang taas talaga ng fever, minsan it triggers a seizure in children. But so long as it does not recur and all the tests after that came out normal, usually, oh my gosh, Dr. Pellicer, can you please help me? What are the ancillary procedures? What are the tests na usually ginagawa sa bata to check kung walang nangyaring significant when they had a seizure? So we have a doctor in the house who I hope is listening so that he can help me answer. Hello, Diane Toriano. That sounds familiar. I think you joined me the last time. And so did you. My name is Lloyd. Patty, I saw that na walang fast track version. Wala talaga. As in, paulit-ulit. But it's so good that, you know what? I know that you already talk to your children like this because hello, kaya nga ang talino at ang daldal ni Nacho. And Chili is actually super lucky na mayroon siyang kuya na can act as another model in the house. But yeah, I suggest just auditory highlighting a lot of the other syllables that you want him to learn. And then medyo Be firm. Be firmer. When you want him to attempt something, withhold the object or whatever that they are requesting for. Na alam mong they're requesting for it, but withhold it first and see if they try to attempt to do it. Kapag umiyak, the first few times, sige, siguro count to 1. And then the next time, count to 2 bago maibigay. Just give them a sense of, I expect something from you eh. I want you to try to say, make a sound. Ganyan. So, try that. That's also an episode called Obstacles and Opportunities. I think it's episode 8. There's there's a Taglish and there's a full English version on my YouTube. Carlen, ngayon po sa age ko, may times na nakaranas ako ng panginginig sa kanan kong kamay at mabilis. Oh no, akong mangawit. So ano pong maaari kong gawin? Carlen, I don't deal with adult limb jitters. Ano na yan, physical na yan. So I only specialize in speech and language. So, oh shucks, I hope you resolve that. I don't know what is happening with your hand. But maybe I think you should get it checked kasi, oh no, our hands are super important, right? Hello, Kim, Lorilla, and Shrov, Zoe. Yes, because of this pandemic, wala na pong ibang makalaro. Yeah, I know, ang daming naghihirap in this pandemic. And a lot of children who really need therapy services, hindi din makakuha ng therapy. So, hirap talaga what's happening now. But I assure you that so long as you and the daddy always spend time with your child and give them proper language give him or her proper language stimulation, okay lang po yan. So for my favorite language stimulation, Zoe, in case you're not yet subscribed to my channel, please do go to Teacher Kaye Talks on YouTube, and it's episode 4 for your 9-month-old baby. Parang feeling ko it's right up what you should be doing at this point of his or her development. Patty, yes, follow up to Zoe's question kasi lockdown. Ox lang ba video calls with other kids? Yes, video calls. So when I talk about screen time, it's one-way screen time that I'm very wary of. But if it's calls, as in they are talking to another person and the person responds naman for when they try to communicate, I think that's fine. What we are trying to watch out for is yung bombardment ng like watching videos continuously na walang ibang feedback, like they are not encouraged to talk or participate, and if they do participate, wala namang silang nakukuhang feedback from the screen, and that's what is dangerous with screen time. Hello, thank you for following me, Shrov. Hello, Lolo Emyong, and hey, Ron here. Hello, Sheila and Joanna Marie and Lalaine. Patty, my kids don't do play dates. What they do, video calls with grandparents and cousins. That's okay. Rianne, 017 Batman. Hi, Batman. Actually, I'm not a doctor, guys. For those who just came here, hindi po ako doktor. Naku, baka may mga magalit. I am a certified speech language pathologist, which is an allied medical profession. But yes, I only specialize in the speech and language development of children. So if your questions are toward that, then I can help you. And if it's outside that, I can only give you my support. Hello, Jeffrey, Belladonna, and Seviechi, and CJ, hi, Perez. Patty, gets on video calls. How about Spotify? Static naman pero my audio. What's your stand on that? Yes, the music. Music is good for all ages. Diba nga, you are even encouraged during your pregnancy to play music for your babies because music stimulates their brain. But what happens with seeing things, the difference between having stimulation with audio is it triggers them to start thinking more creatively, whereas if you place them in front of a video, wala na, everything is fed to them, wala nang creativity nangyayari. And so yes to music, yes to audio stimulation, no to video stimulation, especially from 0 to 2 years old. Hello, Arlene. Hello, Caldi, Edward, and hi, Caldi. Hello, Edwards Indra. I'm gonna go back to my YouTube questions. So this one is from Joanna. Hi, Teacher Kaye. May student po ako na may autism, 6 years old. Minsan po kasi nahihirapan akong makuha ang attention niya, always daydreaming. Any tips po para mag-respond siya and get his attention to talk? So first of all, I'm assuming my student ka that you are either specialized for SPED or you belong in some sort of inclusive school. So first of all, with autism, it's such a spectrum. So it's so hard for me to give advice given just he's 6 years old and then nasa spectrum siya. But yung attention niya, always go with what interests them, and if meron na silang some sort of reasoning, try to work toward delayed rewarding. So if you say, if I can see that you pay attention for such and such period of time, I will let you blank 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 kung ano man yung interest nila, or I will give you blank blank blank, whatever it is. But always what's this, when you're giving a reward, make sure that you check it out with their parents first, because hindi natin alam, especially if it's food, if my allergies or whatever, or you don't do that pala at home because you avoid that kind of behavior. But just from the top of my mind, if it's daydreaming, I don't know, parang ang hirap yung i-judge nung daydreaming siya or talagang just nawala yung attention niya. But generally, with retaining any sort of attention, it's always to go with their interest or to lure them with some sort of reward. So I hope that answers your question. The next question is from Shadel. Hi, Teacher Kaye. My 3-year-old po, she can't formulate sentences, like words lang po talaga and first syllable lang po ng words. That is why hirap namin siya maintindihan. Normal pa ba yun ng 3 years and 4 months as a toddler? Shadel, okay. I posted a few weeks ago, or maybe a month na yun. Ewan ko, time is so relative in this lockdown. But I posted a milestone check on my Facebook and also on my website. I'll try to post the link on the comments later, but I'll answer your question first. So, you're welcome, Joanna. Okay, so for 3 years and 4 months old, what do we expect already? We already expect them to be combining 2 to 3 words together, and for 80 to 90% of lahat ng sinasabi nila, dapat naiintindihan na ng even an unfamiliar communicator. Ibig sabihin, iba pa yung pagkakaintindi mo as someone who always communicates with your child kasi kilala mo na sila, as opposed to someone who is an outsider to your child na, kunyari, today, I just met your child. And then, pakinggan ko siyang magsalita. I should be able to understand 80 to 90% ng sinasabi na niya. So I hope that gives you an idea of the level of where 3 years old are expected to be with their communication skills now. So if hindi pa nakaka-formulate ng sentences, and medyo mahirap yung term na sentences in our practice because we have such a thing as a hollow phrase, which means that it's a single word, but it can mean like a sentence. Or so let's just define it as combining words. So cannot formulate sentences, as in, do you mean cannot combine 2 words together or cannot combine 3 words together? So if it's cannot combine 2 words together, medyo delayed na po yun for a 3-year and 4-month-old. But if cannot combine 3 words together, medyo nasa practicing, parang emerging pa lang naman yun at 3 years old. So let's try to give her a little bit more time to practice that. But in terms of yung articulation, like yung first syllable lang ng words ang nasasabi, and na-affect yung intelligibility niya, kasi sinabi mo, hirap niyo siya maintindihan. Okay, this is how I always start with my articulation clients is we want to make sure that we start giving them oral awareness. So, first, gusto natin alam nila, do you know where your mouth is? Do you know where your lips are? Where is your tongue? Yan. Where is the tip of your tongue? Where is the, sabihin mo na lang, body of your tongue? Etong fat part. And then, where's your teeth? Ganyan. So, there's up and down teeth. Ganyan. These are important to introduce these to your children because dyan mo sila mabibigyan ng cues of kung ano yung hirap nilang sabihin, how would they say it better? Sometimes they just don't know. Parang haphazardly, tatry nila yung isang word just from anong narinig nila, pero hindi pala yun yung tamang way. So, what could help with this is to highlight how you say it. For example, hindi niya masabi ang bola. Kunyari, ang nasasabi lang niya boa or bowa or something. So, pwedeng sabihin mo, bola. Tingnan mo yung tongue ni mama. Tumataas, tinatouch yung upper set of teeth. Bola. So, if it's the L, for example, that's the problem. You want to highlight what is needed in the L. So it is elevating the tongue, touching the back of the teeth, and things like that. So it would help you to list down yung words na nahihirapan nyo siyang maintindihan because later you will see a pattern. Hindi niya nasasabi yung second syllable if the second syllable has the L sound or the R sound. So, makikita nyo yung pattern. So, start with that. Homework ko po sa inyo, Shadel, is to list down those words and try to see what is causing this person not to, what is causing this child not to be able to say the other sounds. So, if you have a follow-up, I'll get back to you. Basahin ko na po muna ulit dito sa Kumu. All right. Concha, hello. JC, Bella Bravo, hello, you're very beautiful. Touched naman ako. Thank you. Pwede ko bang i-screenshot yon, Char? Rosemary, hello. And thank you for following me. Hello, Carlo Balo and Abel Abogado and Janelle Bakiran. Thank you for my gift. Hello, Abulagahan and user 744, user 786, and 1017 Joanne. So welcome everybody. So for those who just came, I'm a certified speech language pathologist. And kung meron po kayong tanong about your children's speech and language development, I will be here until 11 a.m. So, oh my gosh, I've spoken so much. 30 minutes. Happening. Okay, I'm back. Can you see signs of ASD in babies? Ano pong definition natin ng baby? Up to what age? But so just to give you a better idea, usually ASD starts to present characteristics from 18 months old. So you cannot see them in like 6-month-old babies, but once they hit 18 months, yung studies show na yun nung parang where they on average see characteristics start to show. So if you're interested about autism, I have an episode about autism, 2 parts actually. There's what is autism, and then there's 6 signs that your child may have autism. Guys, I am not diagnosing via video. You cannot diagnose autism by yourself. I cannot also just by descriptions. It is so hard to diagnose autism. So talaga pong I recommend that you go to a developmental pediatrician once you see signs of autism in your child. And those 6 signs that I talked about in the video are just some of the most common and most apparent signs, but there's actually a very long list of characteristics that are associated with autism before you can say that a child has autism. Plus, it's super hard because autism is a spectrum. So, iba-iba siya ng presentation in every individual. Welcome to C. Joy Rica. Zoe, I hope I answered your question. Okay, back to my YouTube. So this one. Shadel, thank you. You're welcome. Try po namin gawin agad yung sinabi nyo. Yes, and if you have any follow-up and then hindi ako nakapag-live ulit again next time, you can always just message me on my Facebook or my Instagram accounts. But I'm going to try to do this more regularly so that I can follow up rin on the progress of your children. But I'm so sorry if hindi ko maaalala lahat ng detalye, guys. Sobrang dami kong kausap sa inyo, and every case of a child is different, and I really take time to zone in on the details of a certain individual. So yeah, so next time if you're gonna follow up something, I would appreciate a recap. That would really help me so much. Or if you don't mind that I back read muna ako ganyan. So you're welcome, Zoe. Hello, Jesse James, PH, and the Flynn. Welcome. So I'm a certified speech-language pathologist. If you have any questions about the speech and language development of children, yun po ang pwede nating pag-usapan today. Let me go back to my YouTube. Okay, let's see this. Momsy Vlog. Hello, Teacher Kaye. My son turned 2 years old last March 27. He babbles, says, pa, 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 pa. Anyway, clap your hands. Nagka-clap po siya. At namatay na naman yung YouTube ko. Question to my YouTube watchers. Can you hear me? Because parang disconnect siya for a while and I'm not sure before I answer this question. So for those listening on Kumu, yung kasunod is pag sinabi po na kiss mama, ilalapit po niya yung head niya para i-kiss ko siya kasi yun po nakasanayan niya. Kiss namin siya sa head niya. So that's a very good sign of good receptive language, meaning we can see that your son is responding appropriately to words. I want you to take note if you gesture when you say these words para ma-isolate natin if nagets ba niyang lumapit yung head niya para magpa-kiss because did you do this or something like that. So sometimes parents miss out on their body language when talking to their children and assume that they already understand, pero ngayon pala we are including gestures when we talk to them. So when we remove the gestures, hindi pa pala tayo naiintindihan. But to get back to your actually wait, so what's the question? But at 2 years old and medyo nasa babbling stage pa lang po, delayed na po yung speech niya and the language development, because at 2 years old, the typical milestone is that they're already at the level where they are trying to combine 2 words together. So if nasa babbling stage pa lang po, ang homework ko po sa iyo ngayon is, and because nakikita natin na at 2 years old, at this stage, meron na pong delay yung bata. What we want to do is narrow down how we talk to him para mas mag-get niya na, okay, ito yung pinapaulit sa akin ni mama, ito yung tatry kong gawin. So for now, we want him to be able to develop single word utterances. So siguro kapag kausapin natin siya, kunyari, you want to offer him, let's say, water, imbis na sabihin mo, gusto mo ng tubig, medyo madami na yon for him, and for him to understand na ang gusto mo is magsabi siya ng 1 word. So you can say, gusto? Tubig? Inom? So these are the kinds of ways that you can present words to your child para mas naiintindihan niya, yun pala ang tawag doon. inom pala yung kapag umiinom ako. And then after you say that, I want you to check out my episode on obstacles and opportunities. Try to see if mas mag-a-attempt siyang gumaya if you withhold the desired object first. There are other tips there about how to create opportunities. Like, for example, itatago nyo yung mga toys nila para hindi readily available and that they will actually need to request for things from you. And those usually help children, those usually encourage children to try to speak more. Momsy, I hope that that answered your question. If you have a follow-up, sagutin ko rin naman po. Just type it again. Keen and Roby. Hi, Teacher Kaye. If 3-year-old po can sing nursery rhymes, and is it considered can say sentences na but can't say what they want in words pa? Thank you. No po. So those are what we call memorized phrases. So it's nearly, I guess it's sort of comparable. You know, when you teach your let's say 1-year-old to count or to say the alphabet, actually meaningless pa yun sa kanila eh. Wala pa naman silang concept of quantity. Wala pa silang concept of spelling or reading. So when you teach a 1 or 2-year-old numbers and alphabet and then nasasabi nila like 1, 2, 3. It doesn't actually mean they know what 3 is, but they can say it. So I am supposing that it is like this with nursery rhymes. If they can go, twinkle, twinkle, little star, but then they cannot say things like, kain ako, or, you know. So yes, they are not considered sentences. In fact, parang ang tawag namin doon ay hindi pa spontaneous speech. So at 3 years old, we want them to be able to have spontaneous word use. So ang homework ko po sa inyo, Keen and Robbie, is focusing on a word list that you want them to learn in single words para masabi niya ito in their own meaningful way. So, if you have a follow-up, just send it. I hope I answered your question, Keen and Robbie. Balik po muna ako sa Kumu. So, where did I stop? My gosh, yung signal ko pala on and off. Hello, Kai, Edsa, Int, Cruz, Angelica, Carlo, Fangirl, JC Mojo, JC, Neot, Chef King. Thank you for following me, Neot. Kot, Chris, Joyce, Matt, Juston Balabastro, and Julius, kapatid ko, thank you for my gift. And thank you also, Justin, for my halo-halo. So guys, I'm a certified speech language pathologist. If you have questions about your child or anyone in your environment, kapatid ng kapatid mo, kapatid ng anak ng kapitbahay, ganyan, that you are somehow involved with and you want to be able to help them develop yung pananalita nila better, yan po ang ina-entertain kong questions today, and I will be here until 11 o'clock. So just keep the questions coming if you have stream. So balik na ako sa YouTube questions ko. Thank you for confirming. Eek! Ang signal. Okay, I think I'm back. On and off na talaga. I think my mommy is watching videos. Momsy, Teacher Kaye, without having gesture po, he will kiss, he will jump. When you say bye, he will wave without gesture. Very good. So that's a really good indication po that he understands you well. So what we want to do is turn that understanding into siya yung gagamit ng mga words na yon. So for example, pwedeng ikaw naman yung magpa-kiss. So magganto ka. So mo, anong gagawin? Kiss? Kiss, mommy? Anong gagawin? Kiss, mommy. So anything that encourages the child to use words that they already know, yun na yung next step. After receptive language, we want them to develop their expressive language. Welcome to 10:30 Dial M and Don Kulit. Thank you for my halo 10:30. So if you have a question, balikan ko po yung Kumu in a bit. I'm just reading questions off of my YouTube channel. Ernest, hi! Teacher K, how about if you're old na? First of all, you are not old. And you still have speech issues. How do you train oneself? What are your speech issues? What do you mean? Or are you asking for a friend? Chararar. First, you have to find the pattern. What is the speech issue that you have? Is it a certain consonant? Is it a vowel na hindi mo ma-produce correctly? Is it your rate of speech? Is it your breathing? Ako actually, I have a problem with breathing. Kaya mabilis ako mamaos because sabi ng voice doctor ko dati, I hold my breath pala. Or when I'm talking, inuubos ko lahat ng hininga ko bago ako huminga ulit. So those are some habits that you should try looking at yourself more, like observe yourself more if you have some habits that are not helpful for your communication. So Ernest, I'd love to help you if you can describe to me what kind of speech issues you talk about, because of course kilala kita. I can't tell what speech issues. Pero inom po muna ako. Hello Marielle, Daniela, and Kathleen, and Sammy D. Situational question, go ahead, Dale, Esmeralda, Pepito. Pero drink muna ako because guys, I have been talking for 50 minutes now. And I need to hydrate. This is part of good vocal health. Nakasara yung thermos ko. Teacher K, open po muna. Open? Yes. Oh, say open. Wow. Nag-imagine na talaga ako ng kausap. Okay, yes, you can come up. It's open. Come up. I'll wait for you. I'll wait for you. Yes, you can come up. Is it locked? It's unlocked naman, diba? Yeah, it's unlocked. You can come up. Follow up ko lang, Keenan Robbie, that next week, my video is going to be about how to count, like what counts as a word when we're counting. Okay, ito na yung nasasabi ng anak ko, so I hope you find that helpful. Di daw tayo friends. Dapat daw level 3. Nakakit naman ako before. Yeah, I don't know what that means. Plus, I've made this stream, anyone can come up. See, anyone can be a co-host in this live stream. So, I don't know what's happening. I'm so sorry. But sige, keep trying. Balik muna ako sa YouTube questions ko. Okay, Momsy. Yes po, and feel free to update me. Do we need to get an appointment na po ba sa Dr. TH? I would say yes on your next pedia checkup, that I want you to mention na ito pa lang yung nagagawa ng anak ko, and that I had a very quick screening with an SLP, and that I said that if babbling pa lang at 3 years old, then yes, there is a speech and language delay already. So yes, please, if you can get a consult with your pedia and ask if kakailanganin ng referral to a developmental pedia. You may also want to check out the pediatricians that I follow on my Instagram account. So I try to only follow relevant account on my Instagram so that it'll be easier for you guys to see, okay, ano pang resources pwede nyong i-approach. I have a pediatric dentist there. I follow 2 or 3 developmental pediatricians that I think are accepting online consultations. So if you feel like you it is within your resources to get a consult, then yes, by all means po, Momsy. God bless also. You're welcome. And you're welcome, Keenan, Robbie, and Ernest. Next question. Teacher K, lagi lang natalon at nakatingin sa bubong si baby. Di siya natutulog masyado. Oh no! Ang puro jargon, 3 years old. Magsa 3 years old pa lang. Okay, Shalom. Yun po ba ang name niyo or is it Amir? Okay, I'm very concerned about di natutulog because it's so important for babies to sleep a lot. I posted an infographic on how much sleep kids need people need per stage in their life, and from what I remember, something like children should be sleeping between 12 to 18 hours, I think, a day. So, yeah, I think you need to see a doctor kung bakit po hindi nakakatulog masyado yung baby, because this impacts their health and their brain development, and baka po it is affecting kung bakit po delayed din yung language niya. Si jargon at 3 years old, I had an episode po on jargon last week lang po ata, sorry, wala nga pala akong nagawa this week. Yeah, last week was about jargon, and sinabi ko doon na part of natural May. So, yung jargon po I want you to find out, and I gave tips on that episode kung paano mo madedetermine if yung jargon is used as practice or talagang na-stuck na sila dun sa jargon, and tips on how to switch yung jargon into something more appropriate na, especially for a 3-year-old na medyo naiintindihan na talaga natin sila magsalita 90% of the time. Cannot hoo-hoo. I don't know why, Dale. Slasher! Yo, Slasher! Mamaya pag walang nagtatanong, i-entertain mo yung mga yung mga pasyente ko. Hello, Aries and Just Jelako. Dale. Okay, going back to Dale's question. Anyway, ito na lang question ko. My 4-year-old niece is diagnosed and within the spectrum. Ooh. She has a habit of getting up in the middle of the night and babbling to herself in the dark and walking around. Thank you for sharing the stream, 10:30. And hello, welcome, Jessner. Is nonsensical babbling lang, but hinahayaan lang namin. Is there something else we should do otherwise? Welcome, Windsor. So, is there something that you can do? I don't know if you watched my episode last week about jargon, but it's kind of related to this, yung babbling na parang, kasi if I'm thinking of who this is, and I feel like alam ko yung parang nakikipag-usap siya, parang parang nakikipag-usap pero hindi talaga real yung words. Look at the episode on jargon and try to get into a conversation with them, assuming what you think they are trying to say. So, for example, they're holding a nasa yung doll ko? Kunyari, they're holding a doll, tapos lagyan mo ng words yung yung babbling or jargon niya, sabihin mo, talking to the bear, saying, how are you, bear? Are you okay? I'm okay. So it's super tiring and takes a lot of creativity and energy. But see, if you do this, you're kind of giving a better model for your niece na ito nga ba yung sinasabi mo? These, I can help you supply words that you can actually use if you want to try communicating. Parang ganon. Note na tulog kami usually at nagigising na lang sa noise. Oh my gosh! But yeah, that's one tip I can give, and you can keep discussing other aspects of the characteristics with me. I can get back to this after. But for now, I hope that tip, is something that you can enjoin the whole household to try. Welcome, Queen Majesty, and Zyrin My Gojo Cruz, and Ariel, and Joseph Salip Tormersa, and Rai. And thank you for my hello, Joseph, and welcome, Sketchy, and Nikki Mang Mang. And okay, welcome. Hey, Shan Lalu, welcome back. I recognize that name from my last stream. Thank you for being here. So for those who are new to the stream, I am a certified speech language pathologist, and if you have questions about children's speech and language development, like bakit teacher di ba nagsasalita yung anak ko, bakit teacher yung pamangkin ko, di ko maintindihan yung sinasabi, these are some questions that you might have, and I will try to answer them for you given your own specific situation. Alrighty. Hello, Jake Maniano. Let me just get back to my YouTube. Ernest, Teacher Kaye, why are you so beautiful and fabulous? Thank you so much. Kakainis. Shalom, Teacher Kaye. Sobrang maraming salamat na sagot mo tanong ko. God bless. You're so welcome. Also na rin po, try nyo na rin po yung episode ko about extension and expansion, because I feel like if nagja-jargon siya, you may want to substitute the jargon with your own 2-word or 3-word phrases para masubukan niyang ulitin. So hanapin nyo lang po yung aking episode na yon on my YouTube channel. So for the mga bagong dating, if you haven't yet and you don't have a specific question right now, but you feel like there's something related that you want to ask, go right ahead. Also, you can just look through first my YouTube channel. I have a YouTube channel called Teacher Kaye Talks, and that's where I've put over 30 videos by now about how to stimulate language and speech development for your children at home. Mas lalo ngayong pandemya na ang hirap talaga makakuha ng therapist, or maybe your internet connection's not that great and you can't, you don't have the resources for online teletherapy. So this is just me trying to help people out with something that, is my expertise, I have to say. I'm not saying I'm the best. I'm just saying, yes, I consider myself a subject matter expert, having practiced for like almost 9 years now, approaching 9 years this May. And yeah, so habang walang ibang tanong, you guys can just ask me anything, literally anything. Hello, Abel Abogado. I recognize that name, so welcome back. Hello, Angel Lynn and Yuri Pineda and Love Lulu and Carlo Magdangal. Hello, everybody. If you have a question, isulat nyo lang po sa comment section. And if you want to join me in the chat window, if you want to be like one-on-one and really like describing to me, your child, then you just ask me to unlock the window. Nakakatakot, hindi naman nakakatakot, medyo nadala lang ako in the last stream. May mga pumasok na gusto lang atang tumambay. So let's reserve the slot for maybe parents who have a concern that they want to describe to me easier. So thank you for following me, Jake, and Lulu. Cute naman ng paulit-ulit yung names. Hey, Runaway Kevin! I I'm streaming again. Thanks for being here. Hello, Sally Bomb and Benz Yang again. Hello. Okay, let me just get back. I have a new, thank you. I have a new question on my YouTube. So I'm going to read it for everybody para just in case you have a similar question. This one says, big help po talaga. Oh, it's not a question. Big help po talaga mga videos ma Teacher Kaye. I'm sharing your YouTube channel sa mga parents na kilala ko. Sana makatulong din sa kanila. Yes. Looking forward and more videos from you. God bless. Thank you so much, Joanna. Alam nyo, words are so powerful. Minsan, when I'm feeling low about the lockdown, and then I read mga encouraging comments from you guys, like parents that I've helped or whatever. Oh my gosh, minsan naiiyak na ako. So sobrang, I feel very encouraged and blessed to be an instrument. Ano ba yung naiiyak ako? Naghahanap talaga ng kausap, Diyos ko. Okay, Momsy, back to Momsy. And also, Teacher Kaye, pag umiiyak na siya tapos hindi ko pinansin, ang sinabi ko na, say mama first, ayaw po niya. But then, pag na-frustrate na siguro, he will say po, ma, then I will get him. Actually, good technique po yun. That is called providing an obstacle. So, baka innately na-feel mo na, kaya mo na yan eh, kaya mo na yan. So, yes, you know what? Sometimes just children feel like, especially if we cater to them so much, they don't understand that we still expect something from them, like a verbal output. Kasi kunyari, isang kibu pa lang nila, ibibigay nyo na because you understand that they want something. So, Momsy, very good. Pat on the back. That's actually a legit technique. Yeah. Withholding your assistance or withholding the action that they are requesting. So yeah, but see, it shows us that he can say ma when he really wants to. Hello, Jessie, Maropok, and Mika. Hey, Shen. Hi, Teacher Kaye, my 2-year-old po. Instead of trying to talk po, naiyak and scream po siya. I need more information on, like, baka naman there's a trigger, like when does it usually happen na mag-iiyak and scream siya? Because well, 2-year-olds, they're not very reasonable human beings yet. They're still baby, they're toddlers. So there will be times na yes, mag-iiyak and scream sila because they don't know how to express themselves yet in words. So yes, madalas na they will start whining first. Imbis na sabihin, give me, no? Kailangan pahirapan pa. But yeah, when they do this, when they scream or iiyak sila, try to keep your own voice level and then just provide them the model. For example, umiiyak sila dahil hindi nila like maybe binawi mo yung favorite toy nila. Kunyari, kinuha mo yung car. So, hawak mo yung car, right? Tapos umiiyak sila. Yes! Tapos sinasabi mo, say, give car. Pero you can just expect them to make any kind of approximation of give car, like give or to hold out their hand like this. At least it's more appropriate than crying and screaming. And then once they make that attempt to communicate, ibigay nyo na po muna. And then unti-unti na lang after, i-delay nyo yung pagbigay ng object or the thing that they are requesting for. Sometimes that works. If you want more information on that episode is Obstacles and Opportunities. I think those are episode 8 on my YouTube channel, Teacher Kaye Talks. Hello, welcome Jude Boy and Chef King and LV Biche and Al Judovico and Pfizer and J Pambihira. So if you have questions about speech and language development for your children, or any child in your life na meron kang hand in, yes, let me try to answer your questions. Hello, Good Fit For Me. Hey, Good Fit For Me. You sometimes comment on my YouTube channel videos. So I see the notification, but when I click it, I think automatic sinaspam ka ng YouTube. So I could never I could never respond to you. I'm so sorry. Because when I click it, wala siya dun sa list. So, don't take it against me. And I will try to find out around that bug. But I see your name. So, hello, welcome. Welcome and good morning. Hello, Kellen Tan. So, guys, sa mga bagong pasok, I'm Teacher Kaye. And my YouTube channel, Teacher Kaye Talks. That's why we should all kumu. Yes, it's so easy here. Like, I can see all your comments. If you guys even want to come up and talk to me, the window is open. Oh, that's you pala, Sir WR. Okay, I see it. But yes, sana you don't feel ignored. It has happened in to other comments on my YouTube channel where I see the notification, but parang dinidelete siya ng YouTube or something. Hello, Clarificity. For you guys who just joined, I'm a certified speech language pathologist. I'm Teacher Kaye Talks on YouTube, and I try to provide useful information on speech and language development for your children at home. Thank you, Shen, for sharing. Hello, user 222 and 3 Lynn. Alrighty, let me just get back to my YouTube comments. Hala, nadidighay ako. Hala, I'm so sorry. Okay, let's get back to this question. Sarah Katimbang, hello po, teacher. Teacher, baby boy ko po, 5 years old, nagsasalita naman po siya, puro bulol. At according po sa OT niya, very good naman po siya. Pag kahit ano po ay pagawa sa kanya, nagagawa naman po at nagre-respond. Sarah, can you try to describe to me kung paano po yung pagkabulol? So I already explained this to some of the other people here kanina na when we start, parang I try to ask my clients to, syempre kapag hindi ako yung gagawa mismo, so kayo po, try to list down all the words na bulol or hindi masabi ng tama nung anak nyo, kung ano yung intended word and ano yung pagkakarinig nyong way na sinasabi niya. And then hopefully kasi if you list down enough words, you'll see a pattern. Is it because of a specific consonant? Is it because of a specific vowel na hindi niya ma-produce ng tama? Or is it because nagmamadali? Nagja-jumble ba yung words niya? First syllable lang ba yung nasasabi? Or last syllable lang ba yung nasasabi? So there's so many types of speech errors. So if you could give me more examples of paano siya bulol. Ang broad kasi ng bulol. I think in Filipino, it just means hindi tama yung pagkakasabi, right? So give me more examples and I can get back to your question. Kathy, Teacher Kaye, when to seek professional help for speech delay? As early as 1 year old, if you can see that they're not hitting milestones for 1 year old, pag nagpa-pedia check-up na kayo, it is so important to share this information with your pedia, like hindi pa rin siya lumilingon to sounds or hindi siya tumitingin sa akin, for example. So these are things that by 1 year old dapat na-tick off na natin sa milestones ng child. So I encourage you guys na, to keep tabs with the expected milestones talaga, especially in the first 3 years, because dito talaga yung pinaka-important period of their brain development and, consequently, their language and speech development. I hope I answered your question, Kathy. If you have a follow-up to that, I'll get back to you. Ang bait mo, Teacher Kaye, naluha din ako. Kailangan namin ngayong pandemya for our sanity. Thank you. I really, really hope nakakatulong ako. Magkano po, teacher, kung magpa-speech therapy just in case we're ready na din lumabas? So it really depends on the therapist. It also depends if it's going to be an initial assessment or if it's going to be a regular therapy session. So if you're interested in seeking an appointment, a one-on-one appointment with me, please message me on Facebook and let's try to find a date. Because right now I'm backed up and I'm not accepting any new clients, but message lang po kayo and we'll see when things open up. You know what, guys? Hang on. Nung ano ko, I just need to plug in my laptop kasi mamatay na siya. So, hang on. Give me, I think, 1 minute lang naman siguro to. Upload ko siya. Okay, I am safe. All right. Hello, Jake. Welcome back. Hello, Canny. Mukhang hirap ang connection mo, Jake. Sabay tayo. Appear tayo. Hello, Andre and Alan Vercacion and Esya. Thank you for adding value on Kumu. Thank you. I'm so glad that I tried this platform. They're parang, because I already have a pretty good reach, I think, on my YouTube and my Facebook. Obviously, we want to keep reaching more people, right? Because I want to, especially ngayong pandemya talaga na ang daming naghihirap, you know, I just want to help anyone else. I consider myself lucky. So, offer ko lang what I can offer from my house. So, yeah. Glad I have a new audience in Kumu, and hopefully I get to help more people here. Hello, Isa and Jay and Juwad Villa and Rams and Christine Zamudio. Hello, everybody. I'm a certified speech language pathologist. If you have questions on speech and language development for your children, I'm here until 11, so that's 45 minutes left, guys. So, yeah, just write down your questions, or if gusto nyo makipag-usap, I can open this window for you. Just let me know. Hello, JB. All right. Back to my YouTube. YouTube, my home. Mom Z, masyado po atang na baby yung son ko, Teacher Kaye. Kasi before konting iyak lang, bigay agad ng gusto niya. Parang mabilis naman po siya matuto dahil kapag ginulo niya lahat ng toys niya at pinakita mo yung lalagyan, then I put all his toys inside. Pag ginulo niya ulit, after he will put it inside and fix it. Yes, actually, you're such an observant mom. I'm so happy for you. This really does show na his capacity for learning is pretty good. So now that you are aware na medyo na-cater masyado yung bata in maybe his earlier years, then we have a chance to correct these habits, diba? But it's so important to do it as a household. Hindi yung, ako lang yung gagawa nito. If meron kayong house help, lolo, lola, pati si daddy, all of you have to be on board na kapag kunyari mag-reach yung anak nyong ganyan, hindi pwedeng bigay lang agad. You need to teach them the words for requesting, like akin na, or bigay, or hiram, or give, or whatever you decide. So obviously, for speech and language development, we just really want na mabigyan natin ng label yung gustong sabihin ng mga bata around us, and then hopefully they'll imitate that and eventually use them by themselves. So you're absolutely right. Good realization. So let's move forward from that. You're welcome, Kathy. Thank you for the follow, JB. Hello, Lindolar and Jaribs. Yes, welcome, guys. I'm a certified speech language pathologist. You can find me on YouTube. I'm Teacher Kaye Talks. I have videos there about how to stimulate yung pananalita ng anak nyo sa bahay, especially in this pandemic. But, if you have any questions that I can answer with regard to speech and language development, yeah, that's what I'm here for until 11 a.m. Good morning, guys. Okay, dahil wala namang nagtatanong, ha, kain muna ang apple. Alright. I'll put music. Pa-mood tayo. Mood music. Let's open my Spotify. Pwede ba yun? Ayaw kumanta. Oh! I can show my ukulele. Kaya ako nga siya sinet-up dito eh. Sandali. Kamusta naman yung apple kung may buhok ng aso ko? As silang dami. Okay. Nagka-question. Mama, papa, lolo, lola. Malinaw niya po nasasabi, pero pag halimbawa, nagkukwentuhan po kami, pag nagsasalita na po siya, nasasabi naman po niya yung gusto niya sabihin, pero hindi lang po siya malinaw yung word. Need po kaya ng baby boy ng speech therapy. Sorry, Sarah, I will just, 5 years old. Yes, I would suggest po na magpa-assess na po para po malaman natin kung ano yung hindi niya malinaw na sasabi. Because at 5 years old, dapat konting-konti na lang nung hindi talaga natin naiintindihan dun sa bata. Because the typical thing we follow is by 7 years old, dapat parang completed na yung language acquisition and development ng bata. Ang nag-i-improve na lang sa kanila ay reasoning nila, tsaka yung complexity of words na ginagamit, a wider vocabulary, but generally yung pagsasalita, medyo dapat at 5 years old kasi klaro na talaga sila. Good morning, Nutri Lawyer! What's your breakfast today? Sarah, I hope I answered your question. Songs ko, oo nga no. Shucks, ano nga tunog nung... Hindi ko maalala yung chords actually. Chuo, hello, welcome. Hello, Laura Cabales and Marco29. I'm a certified speech language pathologist and I'm here to answer questions until 11 a.m. about speech and language development. Habang walang nagtatanong, can I just plug? Hello, this is my ukulele. Dito ko po tinutugtog yung mga songs na ginagamit ko sa teacher casings. Pati po yung opening credits ko. Ako po yung tumugtog nun. Para wala tayong copyright issue, di ba? So this is my ukulele and it was custom made for me. So it says Mabuhay and it features my favorite part about the Philippine outdoors. And it's a mountain range at sunrise with waterfalls. And syempre, ang ating 3 stars in the sun ng Philippines. If you want your own ukulele, naku, hanggang bukas na lang. Meron po kaming contest sa app official RCS, how you can win a customized ukulele. And all you have to do is sing this new song that we made na about the Philippines and our Mabuhay spirit. So if you guys want to see that, go to official RCS on Instagram and Twitter or on facebook.com/the-RCS and then the number 7. RCS, dun po ang contest mechanics. If you want to win your own customizable ukulele, see, it even has my name on it. Isn't that cool? Oh, YouTube, hello my YouTube family. Hello po, Mabuhay. So, yeah. Ayan, meron ng tanong. Ha! Galing. Such good timing. Hello, Maria. Good morning. Paano po pag malakas boses ng bata pero hindi naman po siya galit? Paano po siya i-manage? Salamat po. 4 years old na po anak ko. Hindi pa po siya gumamit ng pronoun. Okay, so two questions po pala dito. So, let's first deal with malakas na boses kahit hindi galit. So, usually, we want to give them a cue that they'll understand easily. So, at 4 years old, meron naman na sila yung concept of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or, if wala pa silang concept ng ganon, you can use a visual material, like mag-drawing ka ng levels, and then you can say, okay, ang level 5 is kapag may maingay sa labas, pero tinatry mong tawagin si mommy. Kunyari, nasa mall tayo, tas nawawala ka, di mo mahanap si mommy. Sisigaw ka, mami! Yun ang level 5 of our voice. Pero, yung level 4 is, kunyari, nasa playground tayo, tapos napatawa ka ng malakas with your friends. Yun ang level 4 of our voice volume. Ang level 3 ang tawag natin usually is conversational speech or indoor voice. So usually, ito ay just enough na marinig ka ng someone who is maybe 5 feet away from you, like that's about approximately across the table from you. And then yung voice level number 2 is usually when we say natutulog si baby voice. So, pwede nating sabihin na, quiet lang tayo kasi may natutulog na baby. Dapat nasa level 2 lang yung pagsasalita natin. And then, there's level 1 speech voice, which is whisper, which I actually don't encourage whispering, pero kapag kailangan talaga, it's like, so, whisper voice yung 0. Or you can make your own levels of voice. That was just an example of how sometimes I try to teach children na hindi ma-regulate yung volume ng voice nila. This is not an uncommon problem. Marami pong children na kailangan ma-remind. In fact, yung boyfriend ko, lagi akong pinapagalitan kasi malakas nga rin ang boses ko. So, minsan, kailangan niya akong signalan ng, okay, indoor voice tayo. Now, about your question about hindi pa gumagamit ng pronoun and 4 years old na siya, ways to do this is by pointing while using the pronoun. So, for example, kapag sinasabi niya, okay, example lang pangalan, Adam. Siya si Adam. Imbis na sabihin niyang, I want water, sinasabi niya, Adam want water. You can tell him, I want water. And then paulit mo sa kanya yung I want water. The next time it happens, sabihin niya, Mommy, give me ball, for example. Imbis na sabihin, kunyari, Kuya is giving me ball, kunyari ang example. Pwedeng ulitin mo, not to correct him, but saying, he gave you the ball. So these are just some examples of how to highlight the use of pronouns and then you can ask after that, who gave you the ball? He did. So just to draw more attention to the pronouns and what it stands for, because you are using it in the same construction of sentence or phrase, but supplying talaga just the substitute na will signal to him na, pwede ko palang i-interchange yun. And instead of using the name or something, I can say he or she or I or me or whatever. So, I hope that answered your question, Maria Cecilia Velasco. You're welcome, Sarah. Okay, let me just say hi to my Kumu peeps. Hello, thank you for following me, user 851, and hello, Iya, hello, Gian, hey, Julie, Kuya Rup, Vian Kabautan, user 12345, and Papa Doms, and Nina. So for those of you who just came here, I am a certified speech language pathologist. If you have questions about speech or language development of your kids, I'm here to answer until 11. Kape po tayo, Papa Doms. Ito po yung coffee ko. Hindi ko na nga naiinom dahil laging naman may nagtatanong. So, akala ko kasi marami akong petix time. Akala ko makakapagkape ako. But yes, cheers tayo, Papa Doms. Anong kape po ang iinom ninyo? Yung akin po, Benguet. Benguet beans. Na ang nakalagay sa description is sweet and citrusy with hints of caramel. Oh, whoa! Coffee connoisseur. So let me just get back to my YouTube questions. My question me from Nutri Lawyer. Have you tackled babies have vocabulary and ne? Found that out from my sister who is learning baby speech. Share your thoughts, please. Anong use ng and ne? Kailan niya ginagamit? Because if is normal cooing sounds, it's just like So these are really some of the first sounds that we learn are vowels because they are open and unprotruded, and all they have to do is vibrate their vocal cords. Kaya sila nakaka-produce ng vowels first. Yung meron na tayong consonant na ne, ganyan, babbling na po yan. Medyo nag-explore na sila how to make consonant sounds. I hope that answers your question, Nutri Lawyer. Level 5 ako by default in the house. LOL! Alam mo, pag nagkwentuhan tayo, J-Fan, medyo nasa level 4 tayo. Charot. Shalom. Teacher K, kung diagnosed ba ng GDD baby, does it mean na may ASD din siya? No, guys. ASD, as in Autism Spectrum Disorder, is super a different condition as global developmental delay. Global developmental delay just means that there is something that is not typically developing in your child, and it is across the child's entire development. So it includes movements like gross and fine motor skills. So minsan hindi late silang maglakad, late silang makapush up from their tummy, tawag doon, tummy. Oh gosh, what do you call it? Parents, what do you call it? That when you're pushing from your tummy, sa tummy time, whatever. So these are some of the things na affected for GDD, but for ASD is a completely different condition. We don't know where ASD comes from, but there are children with GDD, well, with anything naman. They can co-occur with each other, but they do not necessarily exist, depending on the other. So I hope that answers your question. Shalom. Lord, level 6, lumalampas talaga, pang stadium. Maria, thank you very much po. It's a big help for my son po. Gawin ko po yan sa anak ko. I hope na answer ko yung question, and I hope na if you have other questions and you can look through my YouTube in case may nasagot na ako doon with regard to a certain topic. For those of you who are new here, I am Teacher Kaye Talks on YouTube, and I would love it if natulungan ko man kayo in any small way, if you could subscribe to my channel and share it with other parents who may need this information. So yeah, thank you so much. Alrighty, let's get back here. Kumu. Okay. Hello, Ikay Knows, user 744, Nidar Jess. Thank you for my hello, Lizelle. Thank you for the follow, Papa Doms and Lizelle. Hello, Justin Gusto. And for my hello, thank you. Shen Lalu. Hi, teach, may I ask po dapat milestone and red flag for a 1-year-old and a 10-month-old? I posted that on my Facebook, and I also posted it on my blog. You can see the link of my blog when you go to my YouTube channel. Tapos dun sa about, nakalista po dun ng link ng blog ko. Just because I don't know how to paste, like I don't know if I'm allowed to post external links here. So if you can find that, but I can also right now, mas madali on my laptop. I'll look for that link right now and post it on my YouTube stream now. Kasi may nagtanong na rin naman ito kanina. So, isahan na lang. So, I'm just pulling it up, ha? Wait lang, guys. I'm Ken. Hi, Mami. Hi, Papi, whoever you are. Thank you for following me. Hello, Izzy and Bella Rubio and Oscar and Oxva Prico. So, wait lang, Shenla. I'm pulling it up. Alam ko nandito lang yan. Because it's a pretty recent, it's my most recent blog post, actually. Here we go. Okay, so now that I've found the link, it'll be easier for me to answer your question kasi titingnan ko na lang siya. Taga saan ka? Taga QC lang po ako. I'm Ken. Hello, Sir Mickey Muds. Ayan. Oh, is this clickable? Here, I'm showing it on my YouTube. Pero clickable ba yan? Hindi ako sure pala. But basically, if mahirap hanapin, just go to One Day K. That's spelled out ONE, onedayk.com. You will find it's the most recent post. There, Shenla, I posted it on YouTube, so you can check it out there. But now that here, I am going to look at, anong sabi mo nga, 1-year-old and 10 months old. Hang on lang, All right, for a 1-year-old Shanla, what we expect ay can already call people by their names, like mama or papa. Kung meron siyang kuya, nakakapagsabi ng kuya. Meron ng 10 nasasabing salita, nakakatukoy na ng ilang parte ng katawan o mukha. Usually nito, it starts with the bigger parts that they can see on themselves from their point of view, hindi on other people. For example, I cannot see my own eyes. So, although madalas din common na tinuturo kasi natin una yung eyes, so nakukuha nila yon, but most of the time it's yung nakikita nila on themselves. So, ang mga unang is nahahawakan nila yung ulo, kamay, tiyan, paa. So, yan po yung, hi, Slasher! Nag-hi ako sa'yo kanina. Umalis ka agad, no? Pag nagka-lull tayo sa pasyente dito, entertain mo naman yung mga yung mga pasyente ko dito. Shenla, just to get back to your question, nakakasunod na ng utos na may kaunting gestures. So, pwede yung sabihin, kunin mo yung baso or punta ka na sa banyo. Usually, mga ganyan. Or, also, nakakainom na sila dapat sa sarili nilang baso kahit na parehong kamay yung gamit. At nakakakain na gamit ang sarili nilang kutsara. Siyempre, makalat pa yan, pero kaya nila. So, these are just some of the milestones for a 13 to 18 months baby. Ano yung isa? 10 months old. For 10 months old, so this is moving back from the milestones that I just read kanina, sinusubukang gumaya ng mga salita. So, ito yung mga period na kapag sinabi mong animal sounds, kunyari, like moo, yan, tatry ka na nilang gayahin. Or, meron na sila pa isa-isang salita between 7 to 12 months old. Usually yan, mama, dede, dada, ganyan. Natutukoy ang ilang pang-araw-araw na kagamitan. So, for example, when I say natutukoy, hindi nila kailangan nasasabi. Ibig sabihin na, kapag kunyari sinabi mo, oh, nasa yung baso? Makikita mo, titingin sila kung nasaan yung baso. Ibig sabihin, alam na nila yung meaning ng baso. Nakakaintindi na ng huwag at iba pang utos. How do you know if naintindihan nila yung wag? Is kapag you say something like stop or wait, ganyan. Ang tawag namin dito ay inhibitory words. Yun, parang manonotice mo na mapapatigil sila. So, usually by 7 to 12 months, kaya na nila itong intindihin. At nakakapagkaway na or nagtataas na ng kamay or pag nagpapabuhat. So, nagaganyan na sila. So, Shenla, I hope I answered your question. Hello, R.A. Pineda and Bibingka. Uy, sarap nagugutom ako. Yes, good fit for me. Kamay at paa. Hello, Bibingka. Hello, Kath Popatko and Julian and Engineer Dars and Mark Demones and V. Ryan Matias. Hello, everybody. Welcome. I'm Teacher Kaye and I have a YouTube channel, Teacher Kaye Talks, where I give parents tips for language and speech stimulation for their children at home. Like, especially for those parents who are not able to get therapy now, especially in this pandemic. So that's what I'm trying to do. All right, back to my YouTube. Shalom says, thank you. I love your verisimilitude. Oh, thank you. Sige nga, spell verisimilitude. Kumu. Chararat. But yeah, that's such a great compliment, guys. Alrighty. Alright, wala na namang, slasher, akyat ka, walang tanong, kantahan mo sila ng kantahan mo sila. Slasher, nandiyan ka ba? Slasher. Hello, is Krakenberger. Hello, Mark Timones. Pa-follow back. Ano po bang napag-uusapan nyo, Sir Mark Timones? Kasi hindi po ako madalas dito unless ako yung nag-stream. You can post your FB YouTube page on your screen. How? How good fit for me? How? O sige nga, pa-tutorial po ako, tatay. Okay, guys, we have like 20 minutes left. So, parang good timing naman kasi nagdidwindle na rin yung questions. So, yep. Kape muna tayo. Hello, Rogelio Cariza. Edge, halika, akyat ka. Alam mo, para umakyat yung mangga mo hanggang 3, bigyan mo akong gifts. Char, para makakyat ka. Ay, here. It's open. Hello, Isoy. Welcome. Isang credit card lang yan. Char. Ayan. I have a question from Jomar Booksit. Hi, Jomar. I recognize your name. Teacher, ask ko lang po yung son ko 2 years old today. Today, happy birthday! Pero less pa din yung salita niya. Hindi papa mama adding. Hindi is a word na kaya niya, no? So, sir, medyo nahuhuli na po siya at this point at 2 years old. At 4 pa lang yung words niya. Because at 2 years old po, expected nating 50 na yung mga nasasabi nilang salita at nag-start na silang magdugtong-dugtong ng mga words together. So, actually, wala pang karugtong yung question mo, but I suppose you're gonna ask me for tips. Teacher, need na po ba ng speech therapy kapag ganun po ba 2 years old? Sir, yes. I recommend po magpa-assess na po talaga sa speech therapist because we want to know what is causing yung either is it a delay or is it a disorder? Magkaiba po yun. Bakit po nasa 4 words pa lang yung nasasabi ng 2-year-old natin? So, yes, I do recommend na magpa-assess na po muna. Especially if you've tried all the things na suggest ko na in my videos, because if kaya po ng family, given the techniques that I've shown, dapat nakakita na tayo ng progress by now. And if hindi pa po tayo nakakita ng progress, we might have to try to analyze if there's something underlying dun sa kanyang difficulties. So, naka-OT therapy po siya now, teacher. Kamusta naman po yung OT? Anong comments ng OT about ng attention niya? And do you mean face-to-face? Are you back to face-to-face therapy? Or is this online teletherapy? So, yeah, sana matulungan kita, Sir Jomar. I'll wait for your answer, but first I'll move on to Joanna. Matanong ko lang, Teacher Kaye, paano po kayo nakapag-decide or talagang gusto nyo maging SLP? Nako, nakakatawang story yan. It's gonna sound mababaw tuloy, but you know, I am nothing but honest. So, I actually yung SLP, second degree ko na siya. Yung first degree ko, walang kinalaman-laman sa sciences. After I finished my first degree, dun ko palang nalaman while doing my first degree na there was such a thing as speech language pathology. And then nagka-interest ako doon, pero hindi ko agad, because I was already undergoing a course. Sinabi ko, okay, wala lang, just added knowledge. It's just one of those things na iniisip mo, sana yun na lang nung tinake kong course. But then, okay, nag-graduate ako my first degree. And then, one of my best friends, mas I got details about how her dad had a stroke nung like 10 years prior to our friendship ata, something like that. And nagko-communicate na lang siya with her dad using 1 or 2 words, ganyan. So sabi ko, shucks, no? Grabe, ang hirap ng ganung situation, post-stroke victim na na-affect yung language. So, nung dad niya some kind of aphasia. Aphasia is just loss of language because natamaan yung language areas in the brain. And then I thought, ano kaya yung mga nakakapag-help sa ganung tao? So, it's just nadadagdagan yung curiosity ko. And then, biglang yung boyfriend ko, gustong mag-medical school bigla-bigla sa katanda-tanda na namin. Sabi ko, ayan, baka it's a good opportunity, sabay kami mag-aaral ulit. So yun, pumasok akong SLP. And then, the rest is history. And then some days, actually, it's so hard. It's so hard, especially with face-to-face all day at the clinic, where I sometimes have 10, 8 to 10 hours in the clinic. There was a time where pumasok ako ng 7 a.m. at umuwi na ako ng 6 p.m. And if every hour nagsasalita ka, oh my gosh, nakakapagod siya. But yeah, I mean, thank you guys. Thank you guys for helping me help you, because this has been giving me so much fulfillment also, na kahit nawala yung practice ko face-to-face, that I'm able to help you guys online. And you trust me so much, even if you don't know me. Like, I never posted my diploma or my certificates here to certify to you that I am a certified speech language pathologist, but you trust me with details of your children, and I super, super thank you guys. Naiyak na naman ako. Ano ba ito? It's such an emotional. Ay, time talaga. Okay. Question na lang kasi. Bakit kasi nag-iinerte? Thank you for following me, Valdemar. And I also don't know, but I've seen streamers do it. Ay nako, Sir WR, ano po yan? They use a separate software, and I'm not at that level yet. Hello, Alexander and Marjorie, and yeah, I've said hello to Valdemar. Thanks for following me. Hello, Saya and Good Fit for Me. Ay, nawala ka. And Gutierrez and Raymond and Justice League pala yun, and Ray Martin. Kaya ba? Kaya ka love namin. Oh, I love you guys. And then Mel J. And wag mo na kasing dagdagan, EJ. Pag binasa ko yan, naiiyak ako eh. Hello, Bella Bravo. Ano ba yan? Try kong hindi basahin, pero nababasa ko peripherally. Ba yan? Hush! Okay. Hush! Petals for Armor, 19. Mag 3 years old na yung anak ko. Mama, papa, kung anong marinig pa isa-isa words lang sa ulado na alphabet, sa ulado ng numbers, at nakakapagbasa ng words, dapat ba speech therapy na siya? Okay, comments on, and I always say this on to my other I've said this in my previous streams, na yung mga 1 or 2 years old or even kahit 3 years old na natuturuan natin ng numbers and alphabet, ganyan. Actually, medyo hindi pa siya ganun ka-relevant talaga to 1 to 3-year-old children. Kapag nalalaman nila yan, it's just rote. It's just memorization. Because they don't have a concept of quantity yet. They don't have a concept of reading or literacy or whatnot, anong gagawin nila sa alphabet. So they are learning this, I think, simply because inuulit-ulit natin sa kanila. So with the same fervor na inuulit natin yun sa kanila, let's focus now, because 3 years old na siya, to repeat things that are more relevant or meaningful to them. So, dahil nakikita natin na medyo delayed na po yung yung speech and language niya, I want you to try to focus po on trying at home na few words lang din yung gagamitin natin sa kanya, like 2 to 3 word combinations. You can learn about this in my episode about expansion and extension, para din magigets niya na, ito na pala yung expected level sa akin. But instead of talking to them in many, many words then, it might be overwhelming for them, stick to 2 to 3 words and see if yun mai-imitate nila. So, if you've tried this, if you've tried these suggestions that I have on my YouTube channel, tapos you have not seen any progress in the past 1 or 2 months, but you feel like, talagang practice mo siya every day, yes po, I suggest magpa-speech therapy na, because iba na rin po yung maa-assess po talaga yung bata ng isang professional, because we will get to see patterns that, you may not see in your child. And yeah, para po may time pang mahabol natin yung pinakamabilis nilang um, neuroplasticity. Hey, Shenla! Wait lang, may sasagot lang ako sa YouTube. Yes, so I do suggest that if you have the resources for it, try to get a speech and language assessment. And if you're not open to regular therapy, there are other options like, teacher, can you just give me a home program where you create activities for me to do with the child every day para talagang ano siya, tailor fit, custom made for your child. So, actually, sister sa lola siya lumaki. Actually, sister, sa lola siya lumaki. Medyo hindi po talaga natuturuan. Pauwi pa lang po kami from Saudi. Oh yeah, I've spoken to you. Opo. So, it's so, yes. It's so important talaga yung environment, and that the people that the children are left with are also dedicated to giving them language stimulation. And I'm not saying this to like belittle any lola or lolo, pero pagod na yung mga yan, they're old. They may not have the patience or the energy to keep engaging and playing and talking to the child. So, I'm sure they're trying their best, but iba na rin talaga yung tutok natin, especially alam na natin yung may delay na we are there for our child. So it's I know it was such a hard decision. I'm sure moving back from Saudi, but you are doing the best for your child, and I'm so proud of your decision. Ask ko po ulit, Teacher K, ganun po ba talaga wait lang. Ask ko po ulit, Teacher K. Ganun po ba talaga hirap mag-Tagalog ang bata kapag nasanay na siya sa English? Salamat po ulit. Depends po what age po na-exposed to English and Tagalog, because children are sponges. If kausapin niyo sila ng Tagalog at kausapin niyo sila ng Tagalog, hindi sila mahihirapan. It's a myth when we say mas mahahaba kasi yung words in Tagalog. But I have seen 3-year-olds learn long English words as well, like excavator and transformers, kung ginusto talaga nila. So it's not about the length of words. It's really about ano bang ina-expose nyo, ano yung ginamit yung language sa bahay at kung saan siya na-expose. And if it's something like 3 to 5 years old pa lang sila, kaya nilang aralin yan lahat. So just expose them to English, expose them to Tagalog, and they will still be able to learn all of that. May ano lang with multilingualism is kung alam na natin na may delay na and it's a little like medyo mga nasa 5 years old na sila, maybe we'll stick to one language of instruction just to help them kind of zone in on a more particular language to learn. Follow-up. Responsive naman sa OT, pwede po bang magkasabay ang speech therapy at OP? Thank you. Dati nabanggit mo na kapag face-to-face, ngayon pa, dati nabanggit mo. Di ka pa nag-face-to-face. Yes, hindi pa po ako bumabalik sa face-to-face, but when I do, it's going to be at BGC at Kids in Motion. But, syempre yung clients ko po that I had even pre-pandemic, sila po muna yung nakapila. But, everyone is welcome to inquire. But just to answer more clearly, in case hindi mo na-catch yung aking emphatic nodding of the head, pwede pong ipagsabay ang speech therapy at OT, granted that the OT says that their work behaviors are already appropriate for learning speech. Kasi minsan po, ang wino-work on sa OT ay yung attention nila, yung work behaviors like sitting span, ganyan. If masyado pang fleeting yung attention, baka po tayo mag-waste lang ng time sa SP. But if the behaviors are already manageable as per your OT, ang speech therapists din naman po, we also do our own behavior modification techniques to manage the child during the session. So yes, pwede pong pagsabayin yan. Still remember that day my dad got so tired from just your evaluation. I'm so sorry. But he was so good sport about it. I mean, especially na I remember you said he got so frustrated agad-agad when you guys asked him to speak, but he didn't show frustration to me at all. I was so amazed and thankful. This is a good question. Gracia Lumbres, ano pong iti-take na course pag gustong maging SLP? Ang tawag po sa course mismo ay Speech Language Pathology, and only 4 schools now offer it in the Philippines. So, konting mag-chismis-chismis tayo dito ng konti. So, when I was taking it up, isa pa lang pong school ang nag-offer nito, and that was UP Manila. So, dun po ako nag-graduate. But then, when I was in 4th year was the time that we also opened na speech language pathology in UST. So we were so happy kasi dadami na kami, and it's not just gonna be from, ang graduates dati ng speech therapy course was something like 20, 30 students a year. So ang konti-konti. Kaya ang konti-konti ang speech therapist. But ever since UST opened, we have a growing number of speech pathologists that can cater to you guys. So hopefully we can, if they are part of the Philippine Association of Speech Language Pathologists, PASP, then we will be able to find them. I will be able to find them when you ask me to match you with therapists in your area. The 2 other schools are Cebu Doctors and the LaSalle College of Sciences in Dasma. So yun palang 4, UST, UP, Cebu Doctors, and LaSalle in Dasma ang nag-o-offer ng speech language pathology. We have a problem. We have had this problem, the PASP. The association has had the problem with pseudo SPs for years. Madaming nagpapanggap na speech therapist daw sila. For whatever reason. I like to give them the benefit of the doubt na baka gusto lang nilang makatulong din, because dati nga ang konti-konti ng speech therapists, and maybe some of these are parents of children with disabilities na thought na, ang dami ko nang natutunan from my speech therapist, I might as well do the same for other people. But because they did not study, they can only offer you so much, and the danger there is baka mali yung advice nila, mali yung diagnosis or clinical impression nila sa inyo, and it will not be good. Walang benefit na ma-receive yung child, and baka nga may makasama pa ito sa bata. So we have to be very careful about pseudo SPs. And I guess one way to ensure that you are talking to a real SP is ask them for their diploma. If they did not graduate in any of the 4 schools that I mentioned, magduda na po tayo. Also, you can ask if they're part of the Philippine Association of Speech Language Pathologists, and then we can find them in the directory, where we can see if they are legit SPs. So, yun po, Miss Graciel, I hope I answered your question. But first, let us just go back to my Kumu. Hello, everybody. Bella, Koyan, Papa Don't Preach, Clarence Duque. I'm Christine, Jailene, Juliana, Ben, Matetsu, Shen, napindot ni baby, lol, that's fine. Menot, Matetsu, thank you for my duhalo-halo. It's me, Katrina, and AV, and M. McVince, and Yassi singing for you, and Bella Bravo, Art Jose, Irish Sprinkles. Hello, good morning, special needs educator here. Hello, Bravo. Nice to Bella Bravo. Nice to have you, someone on the team here. Hi, Eric John Bayad and Axel Rose and Alicia Samonte, Ben and Dizg Studio and Nicole and Crisanto Rivera. And Sir WR, just looking around for metal alternative bands. Apparently you're here. Follow agad. Yeah. Me? Are you in the right stream? I'm not a band. Edril Rigosera, hello, welcome. All right, I have a question on YouTube. 2 years old po, pamangkin ko, ang nasasabi lang po, no, stop, no way, itay, may mood pa siya. Pag sinasabi niya yon, hindi mo mapaulit agad. So what we want to do, Miss Marites, is we want to build on their single word vocabulary. So, the fact na nakakapagsabi siya ng no and stop and no way, na halos lahat ay rejection, Means na kapag talagang strong yung feelings niya about something, masasabi niya yung word. So, I encourage you to use something that he feels strongly about. Does he ask for food? Does he ask for toys? Ganyan. And maybe watch my episode on YouTube about obstacles and opportunities. That's episode 8. 2 parts po yun. On some tips on how to encourage them to get them to say more words. So dahil 2 years old na, and the typical milestone for 2-year-olds are already combining 2 words together. And kung 1 word pa lang po ang nasasabi niya, then meron na pong speech or language delay yung pamangkin niyo po. So I suggest episode 8 and episode 4 for how to stimulate their language every day. So if you practice this, it's a way to label everything that they may be perceiving or sensing. And it's a good way for them to form associations, and sana po matutunan nila ang more words with that technique. I hope I answered your question. Petals for armor. This is a follow-up. Kapag magsalita man, hindi ko magets talaga, hindi mo maintindihan. Petals, can you try looking at my episode on jargon? Because I want you to try to see if yung sinasabi niya is para siyang nagpa-practice gumamit ng mga salita. And if not, I want you to list down these words and try to see kung anong sinusubukan niyang sabihin para makita natin if there's a pattern dun sa mga maling sounds na nagagawa niya, so that we can help you more specifically. You're welcome, Maria Cecilia. This one is from Ronalyn. Teacher Kaye, diagnosed as GDD yung anak ko. Does it mean ASD siya? Nag-undergo siya ngayon ng therapy. Nakita ko may improvement. Unti-unti niya ginagaya yung mga sinasabi ko. Does it mean na possible na speech delay lang? Okay, ma'am. So GDD is short for Global Developmental Delay, and it just means that the child is not developing in the right speed, the typical speed that children do. At hindi lang speech ang affected nito dahil global siya. It could mean that they also have a delay in their executive functions, like developing attention and movements, like gross and fine motor skills. And to confirm this, it does not mean the same thing as ASD, as in Autism Spectrum Disorder. Magkahiwalay pong disorder yan. They do not usually co-occur, but they can co-occur. I would like you to watch my episode on autism. There's 2 parts. There's what is autism, and there are 6 signs that your child may have autism. And I want you to see if yung 6 most common red flags of autism ay napapansin nyo sa anak nyo. And from there, we can already kind of get an idea if there's a possibility na may autism yung anak nyo, or if it's really just a delay. I hope I answered your question, Ronalyn. Jomar, Teacher Kaye, thank you so much. Ni-recommend din po kita sa mga kakilala ko. Mag-subscribe sila sa iyo. Thank you so much. That helps me spread my information to more people. Sana nga po, because we never know actually kung sino yung matutulungan natin. Like, I said this already in my previous streams na, if their child has like some sort of delay or a disorder, it's not easy for parents to talk about that. So sometimes kahit feeling nyo close nyo yung tao na yon, you don't know if yung baby pa nila naghihinala silang may delay or may disorder, because it's not something you post about on social media. So just you guys sharing it with your network, it could reach someone na hindi nyo ina-expect. And so thank you for that. And for you guys here, if you aren't subscribed yet, I'm on YouTube as Teacher Kaye Talks, and I have so many videos now of tips to help stimulate language and speech development for your children at home. Thank you, ma'am. Ang ganda niyo po, Morena Beauty. Thank you. Love that. Kalain mo yon, dati, mas malupit pa ako mag-tan. Lagi akong tan kasi every week nag-hike ako sa bundok. Okay, let's get back to our Kumu peoples. Edril, hello, Lander, and Edge Ortega, and Sean, and Shenla. Teacher, napanood ko po yung dangers ng screen time sa YT nyo po. Problem po, sanay po si baby manood while watching ang tips po para ma-avoid. Thank you for my halo-halo, Izia, and Cassandra Pasible. I mean, while eating po pala, kape ko. Join, kape ko, sounds so familiar. Kape ko. Saan nga tayo nakita? May Velus, Chef King, user 85. Thank you for the follow, 85. Dale Esmeralda, yes, we love Amarana Beauty. Yeah, hello, Char. XXX, hello, Gem, and oh my gosh, nagdi-disconnect na naman. Kaya follow agad. Josh Carl, hello, stream. Dito naman sa YT, hello, Ira Sanina, hello. Hi! So, Joanna Abenyo, meron ka po bang speech implementer? No po. I do my own therapy sessions, all of it. We actually don't know the legitimacy of speech implementers, actually. Kasi alam kong it's a practice in the States, but here in the Philippines, wala pa naman kaming training for speech implementers. We don't certify speech implementers. So, I'm dubious when someone introduces themselves as a speech implementer. Yeah. So, all me. And all your speech language therapists should also be able to do all their sessions without a speech implementer in a separate. So, yes, I hope that clarifies some stuff. Sarah, may speech therapist po ba dito sa Naga City Camp, sir? Oh yes, may dalawa nga akong kaklase mismo that I can recommend to you. Please send me a message on Facebook and I will try to connect them with you. Pero sa ngayon na wala pang face-to-face therapy ulit, I'll just give you the contact details of mga possible therapists that you can find in CAMSOR. But if not, and you are willing to do teletherapy, I can also match you with a therapist. Hello, R. Roncal, and hey, it's Frances. Dale EJ, what's a speech implementer? Parang may nagsasabi na they carry out the program na ginawa ng speech therapist. Ginagawa yan sa States kasi meron silang mga school-based SLP or yung training nila, hindi sila yung gagawa ng speech therapy program. Like they're not going to diagnose or give a clinical impression of the child. They are not speech implementer ta. They are not going to write the goals for the child. So ang gagawa nun ay speech therapist, and then parang someone will just implement the program that the therapist made. Pero sa Pilipinas, wala pa akong kilalang certifiers or certifications for a speech implementer, so it's so dubious to me. Ay! Pseudo-SP, is that true? Ano po ang FB account, teacher? For all my accounts as Teacher Kaye, it's Teacher Kaye Talks po. So, let me just type it here. Teacher Kaye Talks on FB and at Teacher Kaye Talks on Instagram. Guys, so iba-iba yung gamit ko sa social media accounts ko. So for Facebook, it's really to reach more people kasi parang dun pinakamatao sa Facebook. And so, but all my video content, I post them on my YouTube channel, Teacher Kaye Talks. I cross-post teasers of them to my Instagram and to Facebook so that makapunta sila sa YouTube. But also, it's to share other information from other professionals like developmental pediatricians or mga other parang homeschool mommies who have activities that I feel like are very relevant also to teaching kids at home. So if you look at all the people that I follow on my Instagram, I really just narrow them down to those that I think can help my audience find other resources. So check out my Instagram and follow me there, and follow me on Facebook, Teacher K Talks, and it's already 11:08. Sorry, lampas na time na tayo, Husar. Thanks so much for your time. Yes, Joy, Jill, Zian, Sumayang, and Jessa Babes. Guys, sorry sa mga bagong dating, but it's already 11 o'clock. Pero if may hahabol ng tanong, like, sure, go ahead. But, it's really the end of my scheduled stream. Hello, Prince Irving. So if wala pong pahabol na tanong, thank you for spending time with me today. And I hope that I got to answer your questions. I will do this. I'll try to do this regularly. Hey, Venue Lisa. I'll try to do this more regularly when I have free time. Thank you, Sir WR. Stay safe and healthy. Also, rock on. I love you pala to. Ito palang rock on. Such a tita. Yeah, okay. So wala na. Jessa Babes, welcome. But sorry, I'm ending my stream. So guys, just last goodbyes. I'm Teacher K, and I have a YouTube channel, Teacher K Talks, where I post videos of mga tips and techniques for how to stimulate speech and language development in your children, especially now in our lockdown at home. And I hope that you guys are empowered to do this and try them with your kids every single day. And follow me on Instagram at Teacher K Talks, and you can set appointments with me if you want private one-on-one sessions, facebook.com/Teacher K Talks also. And thank you guys. Hope to see you. Twitter, ma'am, meron ka po. Twitter meron, pero hindi as Teacher K Talks. So, puro mga hindi relevant information doon. But in case anyone is curious, I'm also at KChipu on Instagram. If you just want to check out my credibility. If you want to see background info on me, I promise I'm a good person. Char. So that's it, everybody. 11:10. Yes, thank you for my what do you call you? What role is this? You are a hype girl. Thank you for hyping. No, never. Hello, Money and Anthony. Sorry, but I'm ending. So everybody, toodles, mabuhay. Mabuhay, tandaan natin. Mabuhay. Ay, nahulog ang aking pillow. So, everybody, bye! And if you want your own custom ukulele, I have a contest on @officialRCS. Until tomorrow, bye! Stay safe, healthy. Let's get talking, babushka. Bye, YouTube! Bye!